Live from New York. It's Thursday afternoon. It's Benefits with Friends. I'm your host, Lou Bernardi. We have not Dan with us today, Josh Butler, and Adam Berkowitz will be joining us in a second. I'm having a hard time getting the link to him for some reason. I hope he's not backing out, Josh.
Oh,
there he is.
Is he coming? He better show up.
There he is.
He better show up.
Dude.
We're a low, oh boy. You're not wasting any time.
Watch the kidney punches.
If I'm not late, I'm not here.
Oh man! So let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this intro video there, guys. It's finally here. I can't believe it was so long ago that I almost forgot that we were doing this week. These are my favorite shows. We had one other Battle of the Benefit Advisors. It was Nancy Giacalone and Christy Gupton.
Who won that one?
They went to a tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker?
Yeah, they went to a tiebreaker. Christy got off to
I thought this was a death match. I didn't know that you could tie in this game.
Well, the combatants determine the rules. Not the rules as much as, the stakes. So, and I guess if Josh wins, then Adam, you'll owe him a steak since he's from Texas.
If I win, Adam's got to eat at a fried catfish all-you-can-eat buffet.
That's it? That's the best you got?
You can do it. All you can eat, though, until Josh tells you to stop.
It's Texas. When you catch catfish, do you use your hands? You just stick them down in the hole?
That's Oklahoma, dude. Noodling is an Oklahoma tradition, all right?
Well, so, I can tell already I'm going to have a hard time controlling this show today. So anyway, Benefits with Friends is all about really trying to help benefit decision makers, HR directors, the CXOs of the world, really kind of elevate their know-how to be able to better control their benefit spend, especially their group health insurance spend. You guys know me for a while, so I don't know if you've seen the shirt, but I wear these shirts, the Boo. That's my silly nickname, but it's I kind of rebranded myself the Benefit Optimization Officer because I wanted to feel like part of the team, with my clients. I didn't want to be an outside advisor, broker, consultant. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so the Boo, but benefit optimization is something I know you guys are really focused on. We're not, part of the old school, I guess, advisors that are just selling insurance products, right? So, we don't have to spend a lot of time on that today at all. This is a death match. So, but some of our questions will maybe be a little bit different. For the viewers, we're not talking just about deductibles and coinsurance and percentages. There's probably a lot more things to add to the list of issues that we kind of talk about on some of our other shows with the status quo. And really, it's all about a lack of transparency. The consumer doesn't really know what they're buying. They don't know the cost. They don't know the prices. And maybe we'll get into some of that today. So, tail of the tape. All right, because this is a competition.
Let's go.
Tape. All right, so we have Josh Butler from Amarillo, Texas. And I said that as a New Yorker, so if I'm not saying it right, I apologize. And Adam Berkowitz from St. Louis, Missouri. By the way, Adam, you start with a point.
Yeah.
Because Lewis is in the name of your hometown, and that's my name. So I'm giving you a point just for that.
Dude, you know what? I don't need handicaps. If,
all right,
if anyone
we'll edit that out. We'll edit that out.
I know Josh is already sitting on phone to raise himself up, look a little bit taller. So
hey, how come I'm the Bricker of the Year?
I know. Well, it's a low budget show. Like I just let Adam know. I was going to change it, but I've uploaded it 6 times. So I just thought that's how Texas pronounced Bricker.
Bricker of the Year.
People are commenting on my furniture. I love it.
Josh is the reigning 2022 Benefits Pro Broker of the Year. Adam was a Benefits Pro Broker of the Year finalist 2 years ago, and 2018 Rising Star, EBA Rising Star. Josh is a Gia monster. So
Gila monster. Come on.
Gila monster. And Adam is the Bear Jew. So nice.
If anyone can name the movie, they'll get a point. If you can name the movie.
my other nickname besides Boo is Bubba. So just full disclosure there, Bubba.
Bubba Boo.
I'm an identical twin. I don't know if you guys know this. I think you do. I'm an identical twin. And my brother and I could not say the word brother until we were probably like 15, I think. So we still to this day, we'll be 55 this year. We call each other Bubba. So anyway, fighting
That's
style.
really sweet. Thanks for sharing that.
Fighting style, Josh, professional shin kicker. Like it. That might come in very handy today. And Adam is a pugilist. He's a boxing, right? That's the only gentleman's sport, I think, is what he said. Hobbies, fishing, hunting, skiing, cooking, and travel. I think that's all wrapped in one, right? So whatever you fish and hunt for on your ski trips, you cook while you're traveling. Is that?
Hey,
that's basically it.
Josh likes to go up in helicopters with a machine gun and shoot pigs.
That's not true, Adam. I like to scurry for game.
Over his neighbor's ranches, right?
Yeah, it's true.
And
it's legal in Texas, by the way,
is
to do that.
I'll be in Austin at the end of next month at the EBA, EBN, something like that. And then Adam's hobbies: jazz, blues, classic hip hop, Cardinals baseball, St. Louis Cardinals. So I considered giving him another point. And
Thank you.
And his 3 boys. What are their ages?
5, 3, and 1.
Wow. I'm 30, 25, and soon to be 21. So,
man, oh man, does it get easier or harder when they get that age?
It gets harder. There's no question.
All boys? You got all boys, Lou?
I got 2 boys and a daughter. My daughter works for me. She's on the other side of that door right now.
Nice.
Working. And no, my other one, I have one who's an aerospace engineering major, grad student at Boulder, looking to get into that industry.
Great time.
Yeah, it's great. He loved. Well, he's at home right now doing it virtually, but because of the pandemic. So anyway, we're going to get right into it. We have about 14 questions if we get to all of them. In between the questions, we can go on tangents, talk about things, whatever we want. And I decided to start alphabetically. So don't just shout out the answer if you know it.
So Josh, that means I go first.
Adam's going first.
I'll figure that out there.
Yeah, and even if we did last name, you'd go first, Adam, right? So B-U and B-E. Adam's going to go first. If you want to pass the question, you can. So if you don't know the answer, if you want to pass it, the other person can answer it. If they get it wrong, they lose a point, or the other person gets a point. So we'll figure this out.
Family Feud style. We got it.
Yeah, we'll figure this out. All right, so hopefully you guys studied up on your 18th century Missouri and Texas.
Thank you.
All right, question 1 for Adam. A lot of these are benefits related. Should I read it? What law went into effect in 2022 with the objective of protecting people from unexpected out-of-network medical bills?
Well, the answer is not on the slide. The answer is the CAA, and the No Surprises Act was a clause of that bill. So the answer is B. But whoever wrote this answer isn't really.
I wrote it. I was going to say, I probably picked 2 guys, so I can't confirm or deny Adam's. Let's see if it's B, because if I pick D, then we know this whole show is just a load of poop. Let's see, B.
Hey.
I found these on the internet, right? I didn't want to be so the No Surprises Act went into effect earlier this year to begin protecting people with private health insurance from receiving surprise out of network. However, more than half of adults 18 to 64 with private insurance that say they know nothing at all about this legislation, with an additional 22% saying they know a little. And those 22% are lying, I am sure.
You know what's interesting about this is one of our good friends, he's probably listening in, Alex Dam, one of his clients just got put into arbitration with one of these surprise bills. So we're going to find out just how good this law is or isn't.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Being informed is part of it. And, I talk to people every day, and I'm sure you guys do too. They know nothing about a lot of things that have already, taken place. They don't know anything about the transparency and coverage, compensation disclosures. And I was a general agent for many years. Most brokers don't either. They rely exclusively on information that comes from their health insurance partners, the healthcare partners, and they're tight-lipped about it. It really doesn't really benefit them, and in many ways they don't feel like it impacts them because it's not really their obligation. A lot of the legislation, right? It's the provider networks, it's the employers themselves. So, right.
recurring commissions is either a blessing or it's a curse, right?
Yeah.
It's easy to be lazy.
Absolutely. All right. Moving on to question 2. This one's for Josh, or not Dan.
I will try not to correct you, Lou, like my other guest.
That's fine. I was expecting a lot of that today.
Mm.
How many caves does Missouri have, Josh?
That's a great
And
question.
No Googling it. No Googling it. Is it 750?
Jesse
2,000,
James hid out in one cave.
5,000 or 7,500 caves?
Man, how do I get this question? And he gets like no surprises act.
There's one for him. There's one for him in here. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I mean, this is a total random.
We're built on limestone, man. It's probably going up by the minute that you stumble and mumble over there trying to find the answer.
750.
How many?
A.
Let's see if he's right. No.
Dang.
7,500. Did you know this, Adam?
I would have guessed D for sure.
Okay. All right. So wait. So Adam's got 2 already, Josh.
Limestone.
Yeah. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but yeah, that's a heck. I think there's more caves than Minnesota has lakes. I think Minnesota's a land. Now 10,000 lakes. I lived in Minnesota when I was younger. So anyway.
Math is hard.
All right. Question 3 is for Adam. This ranch in Texas is larger than the state of Rhode Island. Is it the Butler Ranch?
Definitely
the
not
King
that.
Ranch, the Mockingbird Ranch, or the Texas Safari Ranch?
Look, if anyone lives on a ranch called the Texas Safari Ranch, they've got other problems. I'm going to go with B, the King Ranch.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
He's right.
Oh, no. All right. So we got 3-0 start here.
I actually knew that answer because Josh told me about the King Ranch.
Oh, did you really?
So,
oh, no.
Really nice. Yep.
All right.
And they have King Ranch Edition's Ford pickup trucks.
825,000 acres. That's insane.
It's like the Duttons. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know that the guy that the creator of that show, he just bought the 4 Sixes, which is also a extremely large ranch in Texas. So,
how large is your ranch?
Our family owns about 6,000, so about 100 times smaller than the King Ranch.
Well, the Bernardi Ranch is 60 by 100 feet. So I could put 100 of my properties in your ranch at least. So, all right, awesome. All right, so question 4. This one's going to be for Josh. Which type of bill is subject to the No Surprises Act protection? A bill from an ER doctor, not in your health plan, a bill from Amazon that was delivered late, a bill from a non-par lab that your PCP sent an error, or a bill for a test not covered in your annual physical.
Well, I'm going to go with A, an ER doc not in your health plan.
That's right. You're on the board.
It's your first point,
like
Josh.
Show host.
Hey,
Josh, how's that feel? Does it feel
I'm
good?
right here, but you just wait, buddy, because here's what's coming here in a second, Adam.
Oh no, over the top,
dude. Unbelievable.
So the No Surprises Act limits what privately insured patients have to pay for covered services that they inadvertently receive from providers that are out of network. So, and this, I'll tell you, over the years, this is my 30th year. This has always been the biggest issue, like claims issue that we've run into, is people getting bills from doctors that they don't even remember seeing, or facilities within the hospital like anesthesia, radiology, that are different entities with different tax ID numbers that don't participate in the same plans that the hospital does. So insane. So
yeah, you've got a ton of hospitals that lease out their ER, right?
Yeah.
So they're not even part of the hospital system.
Yeah. It's
very true.
You think it's more for liability purposes or for the ability to be able to bill, in any way that they see fit and hold people accountable?
Wish I knew the answer.
Yeah. Me too. But it's high time that this type of legislation was passed. So, all right. So we are what? That was question 3-1. Adam's turn.
Good guys.
What is the annual cost of the most expensive drug in 2021?
The answer is D. It's a Novartis medication for children, if I'm not mistaken.
If it's not that drug, but you got it right, do we give him partial credit to Josh?
You don't get extra credit for being an overachiever.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, but I overachieved wrong. So there you go.
It's
Zolgensma.
Zolgensma is typically used to treat spinal muscular atrophy, a rare disorder caused by a defective gene. The illness destroys the nerves that control muscles. The nice thing about this one, if there is a nice thing, is it's a single one-time dose to address the genetic root cause of the disorder and ultimately produce long-term effects. Many people who take the drug show no signs of the disease in the future. I do believe it's for children. I mean, this is like a really early medication. So.
Is this like a pill? Do we know? Is this injection?
I don't know. I could find out in 2 seconds, though.
I know one that's coming to market that's probably going to be a blockbuster like this one is a hemophiliac drug. We're dealing with it right now, so it's over 2 million.
That's
Roctavian is the name of that drug.
Roctavian?
Yeah.
Let's see.
And Josh, what are your plans doing about stuff like that?
Well, it's an interesting question because it's not FDA approved just yet, but it's on track to be approved later this year in the third quarter or fourth quarter. But I don't know. We're hoping that, manufacturer assistance will be available for the drug pretty immediately once it's released. And so that's probably the first area we'll look. Evidently, it's supposed to be a cure for hemophilia. So that's a pretty big deal.
That is a big deal.
I would say, Adam, your question, this is most likely an injectable. It's for patients that are less than 2 years of age.
So I would
imagine. Yeah, pediatric patients less than 2 years of age with spinal muscular atrophy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, crazy. People have no idea. They don't see the prices. It's bad enough.
Here's a philosophical question. Who should pay for this, right? Should society pay for this? Should an employer pay for this? Parents?
Great question.
Oof. Well, parents can't. I think we know that, like individually, right? Employers are going to have a real tough time absorbing this. And, if they're self-insured, stop-loss carriers are going to most likely, I would say, exclude this from a plan potentially.
Let the manufacturer pay for it.
I think so, to some extent, and then the fully insured market where they really don't have a say or clue as to what's covered or not covered or how it's covered will probably end up absorbing a lot of it. I would imagine. I mean, it's bad enough that they're not that it's bad enough. I mean, it costs over $1 trillion to take a medication to market under normal circumstances. I think I've seen data like that. It's a huge endeavor, but how many patients? Why does it have to be $2 million? Like, how many patients are there to utilize this? That's another part for the manufacturer to recover. They're for-profit companies. Anyway, so yeah. So wait, who got that right?
I did. Elon Musk is going to pay for it. So says Dave. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, Dave's got a good idea. Let's let Elon Musk pay for everything.
That's true. Hey,
he's got the money.
He might. All right, question 6. This is Josh's question. What strategies can be used to address RX costs? Transparent or pass-through PBM model, better control of the drug formulary, international sourcing, or all of the above?
Absolutely, unequivocally, all of the above.
Are these necessarily the only strategies?
Absolutely not, but they are certainly all of the above and part of the answer to this question.
All of the above, absolutely. Unfortunately, plan sponsors that partner with BUCAs or choose to be fully insured rarely have control of their drug formulary or the option to source medications internationally. Rebates, if they exist, can be rightly returned to the plan sponsor instead of the insurer or PBM if an employer works with a transparent PBM. So what are your thoughts about this topic? I mean, this is probably the hottest topic in self-insurance, I think.
Yeah,
it starts with having a good contract.
Mhm.
That's number one.
Yeah,
that's number one.
Right.
Yeah,
Dan, what do you think?
It goes to a good contract, but this is the low-hanging fruit. I mean, this is where a lot of people can. It's not Dan, by the way.
He thought he slipped that by you.
Yeah, it's the low-hanging fruit. I mean, there are so many opportunities hidden within the PBM contracts, the formularies, the revenue streams of PBMs. We just went through this exercise with a pretty large client or prospect yesterday, where their admin fees represented less than 5% of their total overall healthcare costs, less than 5%. And so when you bundle, like you're mentioning here with Abuka, and they control the administrative services and the pharmacy benefits, they're able to just shift money from one bucket over to another bucket. And I use this analogy in our call, and I'll use it real quick. So admin fees are like the mannequin in the front of the store. Everybody that walks by the store sees the mannequin, they see the outfit, and the PBM contract is like the clothes that are hidden in a chest at the back of the store. How many people are entering the store, going to the back of the store, finding the chest, then finding the manager that has the key to the chest, unlocking the chest, going through the chest to find all the money that's hidden in the chest?
We talking about PBMs? Is this still about PBMs? What are we talking about?
It is, Adam, but it's called talking in analogies, and so I know you're from Missouri, and
oh my God,
speak Ozark. Everybody compares administrative costs, so they're just moving money from one bucket to the other. So it's very not transparent at all.
That is for sure. We
you can be transparently bad too. Let's be honest.
You know what? One thing, let me ask you guys a question, because when I bring up pharmacy benefits, every prospect, client, whatever that I talk to immediately thinks about the prescription side of the benefit. But a lot of medications are filled through the medical side of the benefit. They're not dispensed through the pharmacy. And the way the cost of those medications are priced out from the pharmacy benefit to the medical are very, very different depending on where you source it. And the exposure to the member is very significant. There's a lot of medications, and we're working on a few now, but one that comes to the top of my mind is, I forget the name. It had these medications all have like 50 letters in them, but it was for multiple sclerosis, and it was an injectable medication. Adam probably already knows the name of it. I have a sense he knows this medication already. But this member had no idea they were about to go into a doctor's office to get an injectable drug that would have cost them $7,500. Right? No clue whatsoever. And they would have found out the hard way, like most people do, 3 to 4 weeks later, when they got the invoice from the doctor after the insurance paid, which in this case would have paid quite a bit, because this was going to be an $80,000 medication twice a year. So not $2 million, but $80,000. That's what we estimated that Cigna would have paid. And my greatest fear is that member in those 3 weeks, the quality of that person's life, because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about people. A lot of time money comes up, but the quality of that person's life would have gone through the roof. And then they get that invoice. And my greatest fear is they never get it again.
Yep.
Who has $7,500 sitting around?
Imagine buying anything for a price like that and not shopping around or making sure that it's fair. Dave makes a good point. Most people aren't even looking at the contracts. They're just looking at the benefit design and moving on with it. So there's so much waste in this space. It's extraordinary. And a lot of that is about to be addressed with a lot of these sunshine laws. So we'll or just good advisors, right? Like both. So
wow, we have Dave Chase in the room, guys. By the way, I've never seen the comments before. I had to change something in the settings. It was just like always critics. There's quite a few comments here. already. But yeah, no, Dave and Andrew McNerlin. He's all over your comments, by the way, Adam.
What's up, Drew?
You got the Inglorious Bastards reference and all of that stuff. So, all right. So, who got that question?
That was JB.
All right. So,
It was not Dan.
4-2. Yeah, 4-2.
Not Dave.
4-2.
Not Dave got that question.
All right. So this is Adam's question coming up.
It's about to be 5-2.
Okay, Dave. Dave, please, if I got anything wrong. No pressure. According to the Health Rosetta, what major disease or procedure is most often misdiagnosed? Is it bypass surgery, new cancer cases, orthopedic surgery, or spine surgery?
This is Adam's question coming up. It's about to be 5.
A lot.
Okay, Dave.
You know, there's misdiagnosed and there's also, just unnecessary, right?
No pressure. According to the Health Rosetta, what major disease or
You
procedure?
hearing the echo?
Yeah, someone. I don't even have my LinkedIn on, so it can't be me.
Mm-mm.
That was
I'm gonna go
interesting.
with spine surgery.
Spine surgery.
It's
I
probably
was
just
waiting to see if Dave-
it's probably
yeah.
just unnecessary. That's probably just unnecessary.
It is spine surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Bypass
There we go.
67%. Bypass surgery 60s. That's pretty close. New cancer cases 20, and orthopedic surgery up to 30%. So I took this
Yeah,
right off the Health Rosetta.
There's a great Al Lewis Quizify question on this, and I want to say I'm probably going to butcher it, but something like on average, spinal fusions produce 0 net benefit to patients on average,
Well, as the son
and they're not cheap and they're quite invasive.
as the son of a mother who's had 3 spinal fusions, and the third one was to remove the first 2 and do a complete new one, and and all of the other side effects that I won't really get into with that. But her expectations was that she was not going to have pain after the first one. And she's been in constant pain for the past 25 years. It's horrible. I saw another statistic somewhere.
It's really sad.
That 93% of spinal surgeons would not have spinal surgery. So that is incredible. So, all right, 5-2. 5-2. We're gonna have to throw some
Extra credit my way. I hear you.
yeah, some tough ones here. Here we go. Whose turn? Adam's? No, Josh's turn.
That was me. Got it right.
Which
Undefeated.
component isn't part of the high performance health plan blueprint of the Health Rosetta? Which one isn't? Transparent open networks, value-based primary care, hidden profit centers for payers and advisors, or independent active plan admin and oversight?
Well, since Dave's on the program today, I'm going to say that it's the answer C, even though it should be part of the Health Rosetta. I don't know what's wrong with hidden profit centers. I mean, I'm just kidding. The answer is C.
Let's see if you're right. It is C. Absolutely. And I know you guys pretty well. Not great because we're all busy, and although I see a couple times a year, but this is something that every conversation I have with an advisor, whether it be Health Rosetta advisor or other, they're all over this. They applaud this, right? Just being transparent about our compensation as benefit optimization officers or brokers or consultants or advisors, or whatever you guys call yourselves.
Have you trademarked that?
Say again?
Have you trademarked that yet, Boo?
I couldn't. I have a friend who's a trademark attorney, but you can't trade, you can't patent or trademark a title. So,
but you tried. You tried.
I did try. Yes, I did. There's a few others now. A lot of people have asked me, can I use that? I like that. So, yeah, the more the merrier. It really, and I know you guys share a lot with your communities and with other advisors all over the place at all different conferences and everything. The more the merrier, I say, right? It's just like the more employers that hear about the better way of doing benefits, the better we'll do, right? A big part of, what's hard for me is that often I'm the first person that's kind of told them to let's take your focus off of the insurance and place it on the health care that your employees are getting. Isn't that what you're really buying, access to health care? And is the insurance that you're using to finance that helping or hindering that objective? And I'd say most would say, no, it's hurting. None of them like having to offer $5,000 or more individual deductibles. It's just that that's the only strategy that they've been introduced to over the last 10 or 20 years. You know,
I find it interesting, Lou. I find it interesting that you say a lot of brokers are all over this and that they're really supportive of this. I'm finding that like a lot of brokerage firms are fighting this. They're very upset about this. They do not want to disclose direct and indirect compensation. I delve a little bit in the public sector, and the gamesmanship that is played in the public sector to artificially lower consulting fees. This kind of thing is going to put an end to it, and it needs to happen. But I can tell you there's lots of brokers and brokerage firms out there that have gamed this system and used this cloak, so to speak, to enrich themselves over the years, and they don't want anything to change. And so I found it interesting that you think that you're talking to a lot of brokers that are saying that they support this. I'm kind of seeing the opposite.
Yeah, no. Let me clarify. What I meant was at the events that I go to, like Health Rosetta and some of the industry things, you know, which I never did, you know, for the first 25 years of my career.
Yeah.
I sold insurance. We earned commissions. Those commissions generally went up every year when the premiums went up, and it just became as certain as death and taxes. We were going to get an increase. That's what the mindset of the consumer is. I feel like my job is helping to create a more informed consumer so their expectations are properly set. If their expectations are set, then people have to sell to the consumer's expectations. So the consumer has to take some responsibility that they've become kind of groomed into being a little bit lazy when it comes to investigating new trends, new options. But yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, no, a majority of brokers, overwhelming majority, especially of the large agencies out there, like the status quo because there's a lot of big bonuses that go with production and retention. So,
well, let's be honest. This show is for employers, right? I mean, you created this show for employers. I know the common mindset amongst employers. I'll just pretend to be an employer. Well, I am an employer, but most employers have this mindset. It doesn't matter who your broker is.
Yeah.
Brokers are interchangeable. Brokers are replaceable. It doesn't matter who your broker is. Anybody can sell insurance.
Right.
And if you're comparing it that way, well, they've got a point. Any broker that's got a license can go sell for Blue and Anthem and Cigna and Aetna and Humana. And I guess if that's the only thing that you think there is, then the broker doesn't matter. And I think employers need to know that a valuable consultant, you know, is worth their weight in gold when they show you some alternatives.
There's no question. We just won a case for 10-1, and we were competing against Willis. And I won't tell you who the current agent is. I don't like to do that, but they brought Willis in that used to be their broker, and they did an analysis that they charged the prospect for. They charged for the analysis, and the analysis came back and said, in 2018, you could have saved 2%. And I was waiting for the punchline.
It's a good gig if you can get it. Hey.
And I said, and how does that help you now? So, you know, we showed some creative things, and, you know, and like you guys probably experience a lot of time, you know, these were all Zoom calls. I insisted that the C-suite, the CFO get on the call, the HR director get on the call, the HR, you know, business partner that I was working with. I said, I need everyone on this call. And I got that to that point of the call where I usually get the deer in the headlights. What is he talking about? When you're talking about the prices and the cost and the pharmacy, you know, just all of the artificial costs that are anything. But it was interesting in this call, instead of the deer in the headlights, I got the kind of leaning into the computer to learn more. And I said, this is incredible. Like, this is what you hope for, right? They were listening. And we found out just the other day that, you know, that we won that business. So Dave Chase actually puts in here, estimates that Brian Klepper estimates that 2% of the entire U.S. economy is wasted on non-evidence-based musculoskeletal procedures. 2% of the entire U.S. economy. That's
amazing.
That's insane.
It's a lot of money.
That of the largest economy, which probably makes it bigger than most economies in the entire world itself. All right. So Josh got that. So 5-3. You're closing in, Josh.
Right on. Let's do it.
All right, Adam.
How is he closing in if I haven't lost a single question?
Well, he only lost. He missed
This
one.
this is Texas math. This is rigged
got-
against
you
me. I can already feel it. I can
started
already
with
feel it.
He
I
missed
had
one, so
bonus
you got
points
off to
when
a
we started.
3-0 lead. He hasn't missed one since that one miss. That one miss that was costly. What
awesome.
isn't true of modern day partial self-insurance? It always requires health questionnaires. There's always the risk of a laser. The claims are the claims, so what can we save, or all of the above? What isn't true?
What isn't true?
What isn't true?
This is a weird question. There's always the risk of, there's always a risk of a laser if you're talking about partial self-funding. You can have a no new laser contract, but so what? Doesn't mean that the risk isn't there. It's just being absorbed in your premium. This is a faulty question, Lou.
You're overthinking it. You're overthinking it.
All the above, D, but I'm going to say this is erroneous.
So I want the whole point of this question was to talk about the lasers, but it's all the above.
It is all the above.
So the whole point, and depending on who the viewer, they might not know what a laser is. So, Adam, if you want, you could define, basically what a laser. What a laser is essentially not for you guys, for people that are out there that might be listening. If you have a large claimant where the stop loss carrier, basically says this person's expected claims could be really significant. So we're going to laser this person. So instead of the regular specific limit for a person who might be $50,000 or $70,000, we have one that's a $460,000 laser. And we presented options to the employer last year when they were with Aetna, fully insured. This came up. They had a $460,000 laser. It actually they had $630,000 on this member, where it was actually the claims. So the person actually blew through the laser. So we moved it. We moved it out of Aetna. We moved it to an independent TPA. We moved it to a PBM. ACS was the TPA, and the PBM was a Benecard. And we still had options. And the group decided to go with the laser because we felt that we had better partners in place to help mitigate the cost of this particular member. Had they gone with the no laser, their premiums would have gone up maybe 20% or more. I don't have the exact number. So instead of the $630,000 worth of claims they experienced the prior year, they had about $180,000 for this member this year with a $460,000 laser. The group ran actually I shared this on LinkedIn, and Adam, you asked me where I got that report from a few weeks ago, that snapshot report on LinkedIn. So the group, which blew through their aggregate last year also, is now expected to be about $1.2 million below expected claims this year. And now the stop loss carriers are coming in with significant reductions on the laser for that member and reductions in the stop loss premium. So, a lot of people are afraid of the word laser, right? But if you're doing it the old-fashioned way, you're probably right to be a little scared because you have no control. Just that I think most employers aren't aware of the alternatives that exist today to help people mitigate the risk of, the claims cost for these members, especially.
Well, what you want is flexibility. That's what you're describing, and control, active management.
Yep.
What else do we got about the great state of Texas? Any other questions about
Texas? Does Texas have a football team?
Does anyone know that the national baseball team of Amarillo, the team name? I'm waiting for the comments to come up. No. Josh,
it's the
grace
Sod
us.
Poodles.
The Sod Poodles. And what is a Sod Poodle, Josh?
It's a nickname for a prairie dog. If you want me to.
Is that a real? That's a real team.
And that is
they're a AA team for the. Well, it used to be the San Diego Padres. Now it's the Arizona Diamondbacks.
they sold the sod poodles.
So Josh gets a point for that answer. So it's now 7-4 because he knew
And
it.
it's my turn, Lou. Let's go.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, question 10.
Sod poodle.
All right, this is where you start catching up, Josh. DPC.
Oh, come. This is
stands
softball
for.
stuff. Come on.
Don't pick C. Direct primary care. Disclosed price contingency. Dependent primary contract.
I thought this was like the major leagues. What is this?
It's direct primary care, Lou.
It is direct primary care.
Big fans of DPC. All right, Adam, you're up.
It is. Do you guys have a lot of? There is literally one direct primary care doctor here on Long Island, and my daughter's a patient of, and it's blown me away the experience. But there's one. Are you guys doing a lot of direct primary care where you guys are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're it's coming. I talk about it because I couldn't believe the experience with this doctor.
As a matter of fact, Lou, my DPC doc just texted me while we're on this interview.
Want to know if you took your high blood pressure medicine, right? Because you're
No.
falling behind 7.5.
She ordered my annual lab work.
She saved Josh's life. Let's not forget.
She did.
Is that true?
That is true, Lou.
True story.
All right. Question 11. What is the typical claims corridor? 15% for self-insured, 10% for self and fully insured, 25% fully insured, and 20% self-insured, or 20% fully insured and 25% self-insured?
Answer is D. Next.
The answer is D. Oh, that was very confident. I like to switch the C and the D around. I thought that might get somebody.
I saw that. I saw what you did there.
You read through. At least you read to D. So if I was in school, I would have got that wrong because I never. Once something looked right, I just picked it. All right, Josh. In a high performance health plan, which costs are known to the plan sponsor? Commissions, PBM fees, TPA fees, or all of the above?
In a high performance health plan,
Yes.
the answer would be D, all of the above. Full
It is
disclosure,
D.
baby.
It is D.
Full disclosure, boo.
Yep. Josh gets paid per script that's filled into the plan. He loves that type of comp.
I'm transparent about it, though, Adam.
It's usually a nickel for every drug.
A nickel for every drug.
Every time you fill that script, I get a nickel.
That's his nickname is Nickels. We just go around calling him that.
Oh, wait. I forgot to show this.
Uh-oh. There he is. There
he is.
He's looking
I
good.
kept one for myself, Josh, just to let you know.
Hey, I'll
I
tell you,
think I
Adam,
collected about 80 for you.
did you remember what he did at the conference, Adam? Did you see what he did?
No.
So he rounded up all the magazines that were in the hotel and brought them to me. And he called me on the phone. He's like, "Hey, I hit the mother load. Where are you at?" And he brought me this whole stack of magazines.
I think everybody thought I was the biggest Josh Butler fan. I was taking him out of people's hands. You gonna read that? No, can't give it.
You're not?
I am. Of course I am.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just saying that you're not. Everybody just
Oh,
thought you-
no.
Who
I was
is it?
just asking other
Who
people.
isn't?
Most people said, "Who's Josh Butler?"
Exactly.
All right, it's Adam's turn. What state has the largest average family deductible?
Oh no, that's a question. That is a question.
This is a real question.
I'm gonna go with Georgia. I'm going with Georgia.
Let's see.
It's a good guess.
It's not California.
Arizona.
Oh,
The land of the free.
Georgia
Really?
was number 2.
Man, what are those
Yeah,
Republicans doing down there? Come on now.
unbelievable.
Isn't
That's
everyone on
scary.
Medicare in Arizona?
That's a scary number.
Ah.
Let me
Yikes.
see. Was that family or individual? Family. Okay, for family. Still a really ridiculous number.
Hmm.
All right, wait. Who got that right? Oh, you got it wrong. So Josh
Adam got
got
it
a point. 8-7.
That was my first miss. First miss.
I think we're
But-
coming up on the last question, Josh. You get this
Oh,
right.
I can
This
tie
could
it
be
up.
another tiebreaker. Unbelievable.
Oh, come on now.
I can
Stop
tie it
this.
up.
Shouldn't have even asked that question.
Oh,
Oh my gosh! What the
What
hell?
famous people
Yes.
were born on September 25th? Cheryl Tiegs, Mark Hamill, Christopher Reeve, Lou Bernardi, or everyone but Lewis?
Man, I don't know the answer to this question, but I'm going to take a calculated guess, and I'm going to say today's your birthday, Lou. So I'm going to say D.
D? No. It says September 26th, not today.
Oh,
September 25th.
September 25th. So if you think my birthday is today,
Well, it says what? Famous people. I don't know if you're calling yourself famous. This would be a trick question. So I'm going to change my answer to E. Everyone but Lou.
that's the right answer. Lewis is not famous.
That was it.
Almost got you.
You did.
Oh, got me.
I didn't know you could take mulligans in this game though, so that's interesting. That is
I didn't
really
know you
interesting.
could tell the host that you got a
I
vote.
was
You were
almost
voting
a
this question.
compliment. I was like, wow, I'm famous. Thank you. All right. I don't know what happens now. I think there's a tiebreaker.
It's not a tie.
Okay. We're all familiar with this chart from the Kaiser Family Foundation. Match the elements of this graph to the color code. So how do we do this?
I know how to do it. I already got the answer.
You know the answer?
Yeah.
You guys want to write it down on a piece of paper?
The black line, is that the bottom line?
The black line is the bottom line. The
Okay.
blue line is the next one. Green is the next, and 162 is orange. So,
Okay, I'm going to say blue.
do we give you both a chance to answer it? You,
Yep.
you could write.
It'd
A.
be really interesting to see this go into 2022.
Yeah.
Green is.
I
I got it right here, blue. And then yellow.
I think Adam's writing it down. Are you texting it to me?
I'm writing it down here.
Okay. He's showing you the answers, Adam. It's an open book test. I don't know. I don't know if they're correct or not. I didn't look at it yet.
I'm gonna read off my guesses here.
All
I'll
right.
start at the bottom. I'll go bottom to the top.
Bottom to the top. Wait. Let's go to the answers. Hold on, Josh. You can't redo it. Ready? Here we go. Wait, I can't do that because then we don't know. All right. So yeah, give me your answers.
I think I already got it wrong. I put in from bottom to the top: inflation, earnings, premium, deductible.
Inflation, earnings, premiums, deductible. So BCAD. That's what I've got.
That's what you got too. And it is inflation.
No, I think earnings and inflation are switched.
Oh, we both got it wrong. We're still tied.
Oh,
Still tied.
All right.
Tied. Is it time to pour some bourbon? Is that it?
That would be really nice if I had it here. That's it. That's the last question. You guys want to have a tiebreaker? All right. Let's guess. Let's see. I don't have anything. Is Dave still out there? Dave can ask a question. Dave Chase, if he's out there, if he wants to put it in the questions, or Andrew. Anybody have a question for these guys?
Yeah.
So there's an anonymous person out there, and I don't know who this person.
I'm gonna guess his name is Alex.
I bet his name is Alex.
I don't know why his name's not coming up. I'm pretty sure I'm connected with Alex on LinkedIn,
Yeah.
but he said, "Is this the best the industry has to offer?"
You know, it's easy to hide behind a anonymous post, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. Unfortunately.
All right, well, I think we just ended another tie. I think that's how the other one ended too.
Well,
What I'm gonna put an asterisk on that, just like we did on some of these MLB stats.
Mhm.
Josh got a mulligan in there, so let's be honest.
And actually, Adam, I took it back, but you started with a point, so really it's 9-8 because you're from St. Louis.
How about that? So
He started with
the first. So I am the first winner of
You
your
are.
game show. Yeah.
And here's your
Yeah.
trophy. I'm sending you.
what-
I'll send you a boo hat. Send you the boo. This was.
Boy,
This
boy.
was
Wait, is
this was a lot of
that
fun.
like your only one, or do you have multiple of those?
I had two. Someone stole it. So I don't know why they would have stolen it. It might have been my wife. She might have shredded it because she got sick of seeing me with it. So anyway, what do you guys got planned for the rest of the year? Anything going on in the fourth quarter? No, nice and quiet, right?
Pretty busy, Lou. You know.
Yeah.
Lou, this was fun. I appreciate you.
I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. A little bit of learning there. A lot of fun. You guys were great sports. And are you guys going to be in Austin at the end of the month at the EBA conference?
No, sir.
No,
Yeah.
sir. I got family vacation this month.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm heading. Actually, I'm heading to Hawaii in August. But this
Hey.
month I'm going. Yeah.
Must have got that anthem bonus on time. Okay.
Well,
Good
no,
job.
I am very happy to say me and Mrs. Bernardi and I celebrated our 30th wedding anniversary Monday. So
And you're
Congratulations,
taking her on a
man.
Delta
That's wonderful.
And you're taking her on a Delta dental trip.
yeah, well, if they'll pay for it, I'll go. So this was great, guys. And Dave says fun show. So
Hey, Dave, thanks for all your commentary as well. Great insights
Absolutely.
as always. You need to have Dave on the show, Lou, if you haven't already.
I'm afraid to have Dave on the show. I do have to have Dave on the show. I'm a little afraid to. I'm intimidated by Dave slightly with his insights. Adam threw me for a loop when he claimed my first. I got to go look at that first question now. So anyway,
Hey, it's all
guys,
good.
awesome.
I gotta go
know you're
collect some
busy.
Humana
Thank you so
bonuses.
much. I
Yep.
appreciate it, and I will talk to you soon.
See you guys.
Cheers, my friends.
Thank you. Bye-bye.